All right. Well, Andrew, we should talk about something else, too. You're about to get on an airplane again and go travel to a comedy club, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Wisconsin, up in sort of the Green Bay. It's Appleton, Wisconsin. Yeah.
And
so it's way up north.
You're going to fly into where?
Fly into Milwaukee and then rent a car.
All right. What's your feelings about airplanes? I mean, I know that you're younger, and so you don't have to worry. And this is work, and you have to.
Boy, I'm getting real Trumpy over here on the virus side. Well, first of all, comedy in itself is a form of protest. So that's my job. The origin of my job is to speak truth to power. Unless they're going to give me $600 a week, then I'm down for some tyranny. So I feel fine flying. I think that's as safe as it's ever going to be. Everyone's wearing a mask. They got the filters. I get first class. I got a row to myself. It's all
you
good.
Got first class. All right.
Oh yeah. Well, he's been doing comedy for a while.
Frequent flyer here. Yeah.
What airline? Alaska
Airlines. Yeah. MVP Gold.
And you heard about the guy we were talking about who tried to push his way onto an Alaska Airlines flight and got arrested.
Sure. I mean, that's the difficult part of my job has always been traveling, but now I was even arguing with the club owner where I'm going, I have to fly in a day early because they change the flights last minute all the time right now because they have no idea when people are flying. So that's happened to me one time already. And then the other thing is you don't know if someone's going to cause a fit or throw I don't my freedom, and then they're gonna have to land the plane and go, all right, you get off in Billings or whatever. Yeah. So I just figured to be safe. Plus, flying west to east, you lose those hours in the time difference. So it's real unless you get up at like 6 a.m. This is what I used to do early on in my career when I first got enough money to actually fly to my gigs. Is I'd have to wake up and catch a 5 a.m. flight. I'd have to fly into Chicago, rent a car, drive 3 hours from there to where the actual gig is, and then it's very glamorous.
It's a hard job. So most people don't know. Yeah. And much like being a rock star, you get to be on stage for 90 minutes, maybe, or an hour or whatever, and people think, wow, what an easy job. He only has to work for an hour. But you put 2 days into getting to that show sometimes. Yeah. So for amazing.
Sure. One of the analogies, if I can brag on my smart father for a minute, one of the analogies you gave me early on was that the stage time is the frosting of the cupcake. All the boring 90% of that bread and the stuff hidden by the wrapper, that's the writing at home, that's the testing the material, So, but it's also hard because sometimes I want to it works at a disadvantage for dating. Because girls will be like, well, I don't want to end up in one of your jokes. And I'm like, I write really good jokes. Like, I'm hurt,
It'd be great in one of my
You don't want to be in a Beatles song? When have I ever used a previous lover for material that made her look irrational or crazy? Name one joke besides all of them.
Besides all of them, yeah.
Your jokes are a bit self-deprecating when it comes to that. So I would feel safe being your lover in...
Oh, thanks.
Wow,
in a different universe.
Wow, this podcast always goes...
Where I wasn't your father.
Didn't do a tailspin.
Did Trump get into trouble for something just like this with Ivanka? I don't mean it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Well,
at least she was the opposite
gender. Awkward.
If it ends with me feeling uncomfortable, I feel like I did him a good turn. So it's good.
You see,
that's fine. I respect your right to not be funny. I tell you that.
Thank you. I'm just taking your advice as always.
You really exemplify it every time we talk. And
Andrew Rivers, tell us where you're appearing in case someone from Wisconsin is listening to
Skyline Comedy Club in Appleton, Wisconsin, September 4th and 5th. And it'll be a good time.
All right. Andrew, if you hear NBC 26 or you watch it in your room, listen for the booth announcer, for the image guy. Oh, yeah.
Is that
the voice of the Green Bay Packers.
Give him a sample of that right now.
Packers. NBC 26 with the Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions this evening at 5.
That's Ed Kelly.
Yep.
All right, Andrew Rivers. Thank you very much. And thanks for getting us Titus, by the way.
Yeah.
Sure.
Amen.
And we'll take anybody you think is good every Tuesday, and you every Thursday, which is
Well, I'll
actually
take next week off. Because I'll be flying on Thursday, which is when we tape.
Yep.
Spoiler alert for the listeners, but I'll replace myself with someone else. So,
All right. Thank you very much, Andrew.
Nice job,
Thanks,
Andrew.
Andrew.
Be safe. All right, there he goes. Well, it's been an action-packed show, folks. I'm going to stop the video now because we're not millennials.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to watch, actually.